First of all, we really talked about those 60,000 thoughts per day and how are we going to keep control of those 60,000 thoughts per day, 60,000 to 90, sorry, thousand on average. And then also, how do we help ourselves to get the results that we want? How do we ensure if we're going to have those thoughts that it's going to work for us? Okay, and the first thing is you have to know exactly what it is that you do want. Not what you don't want, what you do want. And always think about that. What is it that you want? And you write it down. How do you become devoted to that goal of yours? And what is it that I mean by devotion? You know, a lot of people think that you need discipline. What you need is you need to truly to be devoted to your goal. What you need is to fall in love with the idea. What you need is to make it here, put it here, so that any obstacle that comes your way is not an obstacle really. You see it as a challenge and an opportunity to grow and to move forward. And when you've got that devotion, everything else becomes really easy. So you start to think in a different way. Okay. Now, I showed you a couple of tricks that I use myself every morning and how to sort of keep myself on track. And I spoke about, you know, even when those feelings start to arise where they might be a little bit negative, all I do is, again, have a look at my card, read it, and ask myself, is this really leading me to my goal? And if the answer is right now it's not really working for me, I have to let it go. So what do I actually mean by that? What I mean by that is very simple. You can ask yourself, how am I feeling? If it's not positive and if it's negative and it doesn't feel right, well, you know it's not leading you towards your goal. It can't be. So all you have to ask yourself then is, what is one thing that I can do today to make me feel a hell of a lot better about where I'm at? What's one thing I can do? So for me, as an example, I use it by saying, well, what do I want? And I go and write it down. I go write one simple thing that I can do to lead me towards where I want to go to. So if, for example, let's talk about these live videos and 3 days ago, how I was feeling about them. I actually contacted one person who doesn't know how to do live videos. And I said, what's one tip that you can give me? Just one tip. They gave me the tip and I went and practiced it. And that really felt like I was taking control. And I know it's a simple example, but it felt like I was taking control of the situation. And it really put me on track. I also mentioned to you last night that you needed to go away and think about the 3 things that you can do just to get you started. 3 very simple things that's going to lead you towards your goal. And I gave you the example for me in terms of how do I have a business card to start my own business. And that was just get a logo, get an ABN, and then also to, which one was it? It was logo, ABN, and that's right, GoDaddy for the www domain. And off I went. So even if you haven't got that yet, by all means, think about it again, because that's as simple as it gets. So what do I want to do today? Today, it's all about, okay, you've got your goal, you know what you've got to do, you're devoted, your heart is set on it. How do you move forward and keep moving forward towards that goal? And here's the first, I guess, principle that I follow. I ask myself, what does it mean to be successful? What does the word success mean? And you need to ask yourself that question too. And this runs through my head on every single day. And to me, this is from Napoleon Hill, success is nothing more than the realization of a worthy ideal of a goal. So I have my worthy ideal or goal, and success is the progressive realization of that. So if every day I am taking action towards that goal, I know I've been successful. Now you might be saying, well, how do you do that, Dreem? And I'm going to give you a couple of tips. And if you follow this, I can almost guarantee you, because of your devotion and because of the discipline that you get from the devotion, you will get there. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with this. I have a pad, this pad, next to my bed. It doesn't move. Every night, I get my pad out and I write 6 things, no more than 6. 6 things that I'm going to do the next day that's going to lead me to this goal. Now they can be really, really simple, and usually they are, things that will lead me to the goal. So again, before I go to bed, I write 6 things. And every night I review the 6 things. And if I have done 3 or 4 of those things, even 1, because it depends on how busy I am, I ask myself the simple question, have I been successful today? And given that I follow the notion of success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, even if I only tick 1 on these things, then I've been successful. And I live and breathe this. Okay, it doesn't matter how small it is. And so for me, it's not about, well, what is the results afterwards? What's happened afterwards? Will people sign up? Will people come to me? Will I find new business? Will I not? That's irrelevant. That's not what I have to be concerned about. What I have to be concerned about is, am I taking progressive steps towards my goal? And if I tick those green ticks against each point, then yes, the answer is yes, I have been very, very successful. And to date, this has not failed me. And it's always being open to opportunity. This is the other thing. Just be open to everything and attached to nothing. I love that. When I got taught that, and I really embraced that, it was just like freedom in itself. So be open to every opportunity and attached to nothing. So that's one step. The other one that I do is my daily gratitude. So every morning when I wake up, I write 10 things that I'm very, very grateful for. Now, why do I do this? Number 1, it is because when you are grateful for things, nothing seems to be an obstacle. Right? So when I wake up in the morning and I talk about, well, what is it that I'm grateful for? I've set myself up in such a positive manner for my day. So how can you write 10 things that you're grateful for and then still be negative? You won't be. I can guarantee you that, because it puts life into perspective. It puts your whole thinking into a positive frame of mind. So if you do those 2 simple things, and sometimes even if you have a really hard time with the gratitude list, you can put, I'm very grateful for my first cup of coffee. That's a beautiful thing in itself. If you can't think of anything, trust me, dig deep, it's there. For me, I am really, really grateful for every opportunity that I get. I'm grateful for every, even if something doesn't go right, I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn. Even if something doesn't go my way, well, what did I learn from it? What have I done? Okay, the gratitude is definitely the key to it. And if you become disciplined enough and you make it part of your routine, so as part of your everyday habit, to do this at night, this list of 6 things at night time, and then action them the next day, even 1 or 2, and then you go to this piece in terms of gratitude in the morning, you will be surprised the difference it makes. Okay. Again, be attached to nothing and open to everything. Because along the way, what will happen is you're going to face fears. But when you're very devoted to your goal, you start seeing those fears as an opportunity to learn and grow. Okay? You are so grateful for everything that you've got that you can't look at anything as a negative, and you look at everything as a positive. You look at everything as being there to teach you how to get you to your goal. And I think that is just so, so critical. And I wanted to finally just share something with you that I shared with a couple of really important people in my life last night. So as I've been working through all of this, I wrote to them this message because I was doing my homework last night, my study. I wanted to share one thought as I study tonight. I'm just reading it out. I keep thinking about all the new actions I'm embarking on in November and December that are out of my comfort zone for now. Is everything that I'm doing spot on? No, not really. Is every action yielding tangible results? Not at the moment. But here's how I feel about everything I'm doing that's new to me. It's all about the universal law. There is a time to sow and a time to reap, but you can't do both at the same time. I am currently sowing, and in good faith, I will harvest a good crop when it is time to reap. Until then, I remain devoted to my goal, and I'm growing each and every day. And you have to fall in love with your goal, because then and only then will the challenges be worth it. I see every challenge and every fear as an opportunity to grow and expand. And that was my thought for the evening that I shared with a couple of people that I've been working with and have become very dear friends of mine. And I think if you replay this over and over and over again today, you'll really get to understand what I'm talking about, because that's as simple as it gets. Now, I know there's a lot to cover, and you know what we've done over the last 3 days is just kind of like a taster for you. If you want to go through the steps that you take in a lot more depth, just PM me, and I'll have a free consultation with you for an hour or so that will set you in the right track. The reason why I say 48 hours is really simple. Most people have a great idea and they get really, really excited, but if they don't action it immediately, it just dissipates and you go back to your old habits. So if you're feeling like you want to do something about your results today, if you feel like you want to take the next step, if you feel like you need to change for the better, just PM me. It's as simple as that. What have you got to lose? Because once you make that decision, the world is your oyster. Once you go on that trail of thought, once you take that sort of first step, nothing will hold you back. So I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Take care, everyone. Bye.